Hi, it's Michael Melenda at the 2013 NAMM show. This is Dennis Fano, an amazing builder. I actually own one of his Retrospheres, which is awesome. But we're not here to talk about what he's done in the past today. We're here to talk about the GF4 and the GF6, which are your new models, right?
That's correct, yeah.
So why don't you run us through those bad boys or girls?
Yeah, so we just introduced the GF6 and GF4 at NAMM this year. It's our first foray into the semi-hollow body realm. The alt de facto range is consisted mainly of solid bodies. So the inspiration for the GF6 was the Fender Starcaster, kind of taking that form, which was produced for a few years back in the 70s. I refined the shape, brought a little bit of a Gibson 335 vibe to it, with the way that we're carving the top. It's all solid wood, as opposed to a lot of semi-hollow bodies that are made from pressed plywood. We're doing alder bodies, swamp ash, mahogany, carina, maple, spruce. Sky's the limit on that. It's a 25.5-inch scale. Standard pickups and out of the Fralin P90s, which I really like, and we're offering Lawler Imperial humbuckers as an option, and a couple of TV Jones pickups, the TV Jones Filtertrons, the Powertrons, and the T-Armins, which are their version of a D-Armin Dynasonic pickup. So there's a lot of possibilities here between the multitude of finish options that we have and all of those timbers that we offer the bodies in. We can kind of go a long while before we repeat ourselves, which I really like. Being able to offer a wide range of choices.
Well, when you kind of, using your ear to kind of recast the Starcaster sound, it's like, what would you typify? I know you use different pickups and stuff, but what would you typify the basic sound of the guitar?
I wasn't so much trying to replicate or try to capture the sound of the Starcaster so much as the appearance. Really, the concept of the alt de factos is to blend different elements, not just kind of recreate something that's been done before. So bringing the P90s and the Tune-o-matic bridge to this really gives it a little bit more of that Gibson kind of vibe. With those pickup options that we're offering, there's a wide tonal range there. You can kind of take it any direction you want. If you went with an all maple body, maple neck, rosewood board, and you put some of those more jangly pickups in it, kind of take it more, kind of slant it more towards that Rickenbacker vibe. And then you get a set of humbuckers in there, get that nice full hollow body sound that you can get from an ES-335. So tonally you can go in a lot of different directions.
Well, one of the things that interests me a lot about what you do is I'm always interested in hybridizations, whether it's music or art. And as you said, you kind of, one of your things is to try to, take something that's, has a history and twist it a bit and kind of make it into your own thing. I'm just interested a little bit about your design aesthetic in that way. What kind of popped off in your head to make you think, I'm going to start twisting stuff. And
I think it stemmed from wanting to take the best elements of designs that I liked, put them together in guitars that you just don't see. They don't already exist. For example, the SP6 has that traditional, Les Paul body style, the Les Paul Special, the single cutaway. Putting a Tele bridge pickup in there takes it in a completely different direction. If we do that with a bolt-on neck, an all maple neck, and an ash body, get more of that Tele vibe from it. But it's really, it stems from just, like I said, kind of taking my favorite elements of other guitars, sort of mashing them up.
And do these things kind of stem, like when you're approaching like the new model, do they kind of come fully formed in your head? Oh, you know what, I love a Starcaster. I think I would like it to sound a little bit like this or that, or do you like kind of get down with it and then it develops as you go?
Yeah, I think the process is a little bit more organic. Start with a basic idea for a body style, and then decide what direction I want to go in. One of the.
You mean tonally? What direction?
Yeah, tonally. Even just when it comes down to the overall feel, I had explored the idea of doing a pressed plywood body, bending the sides, kind of going that more traditional route. But as I discussed it with Gene Baker, who heads up our production shop, we decided maybe going in a direction where we're using solid woods could actually be something that could not only give us a much broader range when it comes to designing guitars for individuals, give them more options, but it's just something that you don't typically see with semi-hollow bodies,
Well, not in the new models, but typically in the Retrosphere, you've been pretty brave about using different types of materials that aren't typically associated with guitars. It's can you speak a little bit about that design concept of yours?
Yeah, sure. With the spheres, my main inspiration for that was wanting to push myself beyond what I felt was kind of maybe some constraints that I had kind of worked myself into. I was inspired by the Dan Armstrong Plexi guitar. I knew that the main thing with those guitars is that, yeah, they were great, a lot of sustain, but they were pretty heavy as well. So I had the idea of chambering that acrylic. We cut that out on a water jet to really reduce the weight. And then the aluminum plates that we're using on those bodies, I was sort of taking the Dan Electro idea of a semi-hollow core with kind of an unorthodox approach where they use masonite for the top and back of those bodies. I wanted to kind of push it and again push myself in a direction that I wasn't really familiar with. So I started experimenting with different metals, different materials, wound up coming back around to the aluminum, the 6061 aluminum, which is fairly unique,
Well, this is the always surprising Dennis Fano. This is what's coming out this year. We have no idea what'll pop out of his brain in the months to come. So keep looking for guitarplayer.com or looking at what's your website? Is it
Fanoguitars.com.
Fanoguitars.com to see what's blasting out of this crazy man's head.